Master Sergeant Dean Elsdunne, the international spokesperson of the Israel Police, which also covers the border police.
Do you know the exact number of the captives in Gaza now from the police?
Well, right now we're not talking about the captives. What I can tell you, though, is the police operations, which is ongoing. This is an active combat zone. All the communities, the residential communities that are along the border of the Gaza envelope are seeing active combat engagement from infiltrations that came in. We have women, children, elderly still at risk, and our police and border police officers are putting their lives on the front lines in order to defend our civilians. So far, over 41 police officers have been murdered, putting their life on the line to defend civilians, but we're going to continue doing everything possible to save lives.
Is there still infiltration attempts from Gaza?
There are still attempts to infiltrate inside of Israel, but our police and border police, together with the IDF and security forces, are on the front lines doing everything possible to thwart these attempts and defend civilians.
When was the last contact you came across with the armed group from Gaza?
It's ongoing. I can tell you that there's been numerous attempts. Just last night there were attempts to come over from the ocean into the areas of Ashkelon and Ashdod, but luckily our police, border police and IDF were standing ready and we thwarted these infiltration attempts.
Were you able to identify any police who was captured by
Again, I'm not going to talk about captives or any hostages that have been taken. What I can tell you is, yes, there are hostages that are inside, but we're doing everything possible to defend right now the citizens that are inside, and the IDF and security forces are making their preparations in order to rescue those inside.
How they will rescue? Will they go to launch?
I'm not going to speak about operational activity or future plans, but just know that we are a very strong nation, and this unprecedented attack on us is not the end. We are going to do everything possible to defend ourselves, defend our people.
There is a lot of criticism I saw from the Israeli media that for the failure of the Israeli intelligence, and there was a criticism toward police also, why they were slow to respond. What will you tell them?
I can tell you that the Israel police and border police, from the second that there was an infiltration, ran to the sites. We're talking about heroes. I can talk to you right now as a spokesperson, but I want to talk to you as a human being. Right now, I've been to back-to-back funerals of police officers and border police officers who dropped everything. They left their wives, they left their kids, they ran, some of them in civilian clothing because they were at home and they heard the gunfire. They put their life on the line, they saved countless lives. We saw a police station that was overtook by operatives, terrorists, and our police officers...
How many police officers you have lost in Sderot?
Just in that police station, we lost 8 police officers who put their life on the line. But we are hearing countless heroic stories about officers that gave everything. They dropped everything to run into the line of fire while civilians were running the opposite way so that we can protect and save human lives.
So you are denying the accusations coming from some Israeli media that the police and the IDF was slow to act?
I think that anybody who's not wearing combat boots and was not there should not rush to make judgments. It's very easy to make decisions and opinions retrospectively under fluorescent lights, but what I can tell you is that there's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and they will be answered. But the police and Israel police, which I cover, I can tell you I've been speaking to these heroes, and they ran as fast as they could to get there. They got there within moments. We're talking about residential neighborhoods. The first to get there were the police and border police that were patrolling just like a normal day. We're not talking about combat zones. On a regular day, these are residential communities.
There was no intelligence about attack.
I'm not speaking about intelligence. I'm speaking to you right now about the police and the border police who put their lives on the line to defend civilians. We saw infiltrations. We saw terrorists going inside of homes and capturing children, slaughtering innocent civilians. And our police and border police went house to house to rescue these hostages, to counter these terrorists. And that's what they're continuing to doing at this moment.